No.
Star vs. the Forces of Evil was a great show. Well, I suppose it depends on which season you're talking about, I guess. Season 1, still finding its footing, but ultimately still pretty good. Season 2 was fire, and Season 3 upped the stakes but also added heavy themes of racism.
Hey, monster! You know the rules! Monsters ain't welcome, so put the merch back and get out!
And Season 4? But everyone forgets the episode that established all of this, and laid the groundwork for all future plot development. The Season 1 finale is such a good frickin' episode, definitely the highlight of the first season. The last 4 minutes of this thing, I mean, it got me and a lot of others hooked into the much bigger story being told here. We've always wanted to cover this show on this channel, and it's good we're finally getting to it, because Candles won't shut up about it. I'm sorry, it's just so good. Alright, you're really hyping this thing up, you might as well just jump right into it. Well, I've never seen it, so you're gonna have to convince me, because right now I'm seeing a lot of, this. Oh, I'll convince you. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, because we're gonna storm the castle. But before we do that, we gotta explain how we got to this point in the story. So here's what you need to know. Star Butterfly is a princess exiled to Earth from another dimension for being too reckless with her royal magic. Ludo and his team of monsters want to take Star's wand, which can draw upon the magic that resides within her, to rule the universe. Star becomes friends with a human on Earth, Marco Diaz, and moves in with his family as a foreign exchange student. Yeah, that's how that works. It's a sort of Monster of the Week show until the more capable villain enters the fray. This is Toffee, whose backstory is unknown at this point. After failure to get the wand, Ludo hires Toffee as a sort of consultant. After a shift of the power dynamic, Toffee takes over Ludo's army and kicks him out of his own castle, along with one of the monsters who's shown himself to not be so evil, Buffrog. Up until this point in the show, most episodes have taken place at Star and Marco's high school and not on Muni, which is the dimension that Star originally comes from. It should also be noted that at this point, Star and Marco are very close, but they're just platonic friends. Phew, you got all that? Great. So this episode starts with a classic Star and Marco adventure. They're trying to steal a magic sandwich from this bog creature. It's a nice chill start to an otherwise paradigm-shifting episode, and we even get a callback to Marco's monster arm, which appeared in a previous episode.
Come on, Marco, you try. No.
If he's in this finale, then I'm sure he'll come back for season 2, right? After the fight with this bog monster, Star and Marco have a character breakup. Wow, this episode sounds like it sucks so far. A character breakup already? Yikes. Yeah, see, you'd think I'd hate a character breakup like this, especially this early, but it actually doesn't bother me. Sounds like a load of bullshit to me. This argument has plot relevance though, because it's a test of their friendship, which is what Toffee will use against them in the final minutes of this episode. On top of that, this breakup lasts for maybe less than 30 seconds, which is blessedly brief in breakup time, and it only consists of a single transition shot of Star being angry and then immediately falling asleep. From this point on, their friendship will drive the episode's plot forward. We then find out that Marco's been kidnapped by Toffee, and to get him back, one of the monsters delivers an ultimatum. If she wants Marco alive, she must bring the wand to Ludo's castle and come alone. See, unlike one of Ludo's stupid plans, this is some actual strategy. Toffee out here playing 4-dimensional chess. After hearing this, Marco's parents are actually kind of ticked off at Star. I mean, not really, but they snap at her. His parents have always been naive characters, so for them to actually kind of get angry for a second is a great way to set the tone for the stakes of this finale. We then finally get to the Muni portion of the episode. And oh, you thought we were only gonna get one character change in this finale? How about 2? Buffrog is one of the monsters in Ludo's army that also got evicted from the castle, and now is just kinda chilling outside of it with Ludo. And you may be wondering why I even brought him up. He doesn't look like he has anything to do with anything. And I don't blame you. Up until this point, his character hasn't had much plot relevance. The only notable thing that's happened is that after he was kicked out, Star felt bad for him and left him some food. A small gesture that will reap the benefits in this episode, and really the rest of the series, as this sets up a spectacular redemption arc. When Star gets to Muni, she runs into BrockZ and Ludo, and some dialogue happens.
Ludo gave me babies.
Okay, I'm done.
So we haven't seen Marco in a while. What's he been up to? Delivering some of his best one-liners, that's what.
Well, looks like I've had all the fun I can have in here. Oh, wait. Now I'm done. Actually, I'm totally full. But if you're hungry, I'm a great cook, so why don't you let me out of this chair and I'll give you a taste.
Anyway, Toffee offers Marco this sandwich. Wait, hang on. This is the sandwich from the beginning of the episode. It's a blink and you'll miss it detail, but it means that Toffee's been watching and waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike.
Surprise!
From the very first scene, they were already done for. That's just a cool detail that I didn't notice until I rewatched the episode. And Toffee's line of,
You're a disappointment.
that line actually fueled a lot of fan theories that Marco was destined to be turned into a monster by the end of the series. This line, coupled with the monster arm flashback from earlier, it would actually make a lot of narrative sense, but the writers don't ever follow up on it, but it's still a cool red herring, I suppose. And have I mentioned that this episode has some of the funniest lines from season 1?
But then Star showed up and I don't need you anymore, you big old meatball! Lucky for you, I know this castle like the back of my hand.
Oh. Here's the plan. We're going in on the count of 1.
That is not good plan.
1.
I'm telling you guys, this is like the perfect episode because it's firing on all cylinders. But enough jokes. Things get real serious for a second. You see, while this episode is objectively hilarious, some lines just hit different.
Do you think I'm like Ludo? Just swallow it.
Whoa. Before you go inside, I must tell you, Toffee is not like Ludo. He knows about you, and he does not like your magic.
That line from BrockZ is especially cold. Because it comes from him, you know he's being genuine. Everything that happens from here on out is serious shit. And we're finally at the big scene. Well, more like the 3 big scenes. First, Star tries to free Marco by going in guns blazing, blind fire from the hip. But instead of doing her usual princess spell routine, it's just blam, your arm's gone. I love that. She's more serious in this situation, which shows character growth. And this sequence actually introduces my favorite Star versus spell, the Supersonic Leech Bomb. I love the design of this thing, it's really creative and colorful. Speaking of which, this episode introduces some really great spells, including this one, which is just kind of a rocket. The fight continues as normal until the tone suddenly changes in this legendary sequence. She freezes the monsters, her cheeks start to glow. The spell she's casting doesn't even have a name. It's not even a spell, really. She just seems to conjure it through her raw determination. But it doesn't work, and she has to negotiate with Toffee. You see what I mean? Now this is some season finale shit. It's kind of the moment that took this show from a goofy Monster of the Week fest to an actually serialized drama with real stakes. And we haven't even gotten to the best part yet. Hopelessness sets in, and Star takes the only option she has left. She gives over the wand. And I love this moment, because it's sort of following up on what we set up at the top of the episode. Is Marco's friendship more important to her than her royal magic? Yes. A great way to end the season. But wait, we're still not done, because it turns out that Toffee doesn't want the wand for its power. He wants Star to destroy it. Their reactions, accurate. And even the framing of this scene is significant. We get a lot of upward shots, almost as if the wand itself is watching this exchange. And this is a great twist. We were never actually told why Toffee wanted the wand, and it kinda makes sense he doesn't want the power that comes with it. That's what a low-tier villain like Ludo wants, not him. Of course, we don't learn his true plan until the end of the series, but for now, this revelation raises more questions than it answers. And Star actually destroys the wand by essentially killing the unicorn that powers it. Hey, remember when we were shaving beards and learning about fairies? Now we're actually straight up killing characters. So that's cool. And with this haunting sequence, the soundtrack swells to match the dramatic tone. I could actually make an entire video on the soundtrack for this series. It's just that good. The wand blows up and boom, Toffee's dead, in air quotes. Star gets a new wand when a new unicorn offers to run it, and then that's basically it. There's a short reconciliation scene where all of the parents show up, and we finally end the episode with a tease for the next season. A piece of the new wand is missing, and it's glowing green, the color representing the forces of evil. Okay, I'll admit it, that seems like a pretty good episode. Ha! I told you this was a good show, I told you! Was? Yeah, okay, look. Season 4 is kind of a huge disappointment. It's kind of got a Game of Thrones thing going on where the last season is just awful. The story gets taken over by something else. Something far more terrifying. But we don't need to talk about that, because this episode rocks, so I want to give a huge thank you to anyone who made it to the end of the video. This was kind of a long one. I just really appreciate how this episode came together to be a great season finale. Anyway, comment below what kind of outfits my avatars should wear next. Also, let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this. I'm definitely doing more glitch techs, but I think some more Star vs videos could be cool too. Subscribe to this channel for more TV reviews and video essay hybrids like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Peace!